as regards the interest that Baba had in sports, it was from the very early days. Even whilst he was in school, he loved to play all sorts of games. So at home, he would be playing those village games, of gilli danda and such other simple games. With his brother Jamshed, they would fly kites. He was fond of flying kites. And Baba once said that when the kite gets cut, then we run after it. So and they look up and see where the kite is falling, and they don't look down. So my brother fell into a big open gutter and Baba kept running, he didn't know even. So that's how absorbed he would be in these sports right from his childhood. Yeah. And when he went to school, he loved to play cricket. Cricket was his favorite game. So Baba always enjoyed playing cricket. So in cricket also, he specialized in keeping wickets. As you know, it's the term that they use while playing a cricket match. The person who stands behind to hold the ball when it passes by the batsman. So it's a very critical position. So Baba was like the position of wicket keeper, and he was very good at it. So and his team was so successful that it won several prizes in the school itself. And we have one photograph where they have all his class had won that trophy, and they were all wearing the little medals that they had won. Yeah. So, and Baba was small and he had this trophy also on his chest. So he loved to play cricket. And of course afterwards, when he realized his own status and stopped playing the way he used to, and Baba was telling us this story that once he was quietly, and although Baba said, even after realization, I still love to play cricket with my own people, and I love watching cricket. So one day I was quietly watching a game in progress. Some professional players were playing cricket at the Pune club, I think, or some good place. And an important match was being played. So Baba had gone there quietly and was watching from a distance. And suddenly one captain of the of one of the teams recognized Baba there. So he walks over to Baba and says, "Oh, you're here, Meherwan. You had called yourself a very expert wicket keeper. How about keeping wickets for me and getting me out?" Baba says, "No, no, come." So Baba said, "All right, let's go." So he went there and put on the gloves and everything. And the captain was quite proud of his own prowess, and he started to hit. But his Baba said in one delivery he missed, and for a fraction of a second he was out of the crease, and I immediately removed the bails, and there he was out without scoring any further. And that man acknowledged Baba's prowess in wicket keeping even at that time. Yeah. So he told us that story once. Yeah. So his interest in sports was always there. And Baba said that when you play sports, your mind is engaged in the sporting activity, and you lose your self. You're thinking about yourself, and you are engaged in the sporting activity, and that's in a way good. To forget the self in any activity is what is the essence of spirituality. Yeah. So when he was giving a sort of little speech, a little advice to cricketers who had come for Baba's darshan in Guru Prasad. So they were the team that was selected to represent India in the West Indies. And for the first time they were going to the West Indies, and the whole cricket team had been brought there by the management to have Baba's darshan and blessings and then go. So they had all come there, and Baba gave them a beautiful message how to play the game of how to take part in sport. So Baba said that when you play the game, play it in the true sportsmanlike spirit. Put your best effort in the game and try to win, but at the same time don't appreciating your opponents when they do a remarkable feat or something. Don't fail to applaud them. So let that sportsmanship spirit always prevail in the game. Don't be carried away. Don't become arrogant, yeah, and so on. And play the game in a true sportsmanlike fashion. Yeah. And then and don't care for the result. Whether you lose or win, play your best. That is what matters. To participate in sport is what matters, not the result. Yeah. But today we find that sports has degenerated into a terrible money-making machine. Yeah. And people do all sorts of unsportsmanlike activities to win by hook or by crook, and that has completely spoiled the sport. All sports are now becoming like that. Yeah. So such things Baba would say. The importance that Baba gave to sports is reflected. It happened in the year 1955, I think. Baba was at that time engaged in very serious seclusion work. in Satara. He was in seclusion. He wasn't meeting anybody. And he was all the while contacting mass, keeping fast, and touring all over India. And all over the country he was contacting these mass and making hectic journeys, and he was deeply engaged in this work. So in that period, one day he told the Mandli that I want to have a game of cricket. And so go and select a nice spot around where we can play this game. And I want to call my lovers from Bombay, Pune, Ahmednagar to take part, and you all also. So try to get a good place where we can play this game. I have an important work to do. So Pendu was a great lover of sports, of cricket. So Baba told Pendu, go and search for a good ground. So Pendu went in search, and he selected one ground. So Baba personally went to see the ground. And he says, no, this is not good. Select some better place. So then Pendu went further away from Satara to see if there was a suitable place somewhere to play the game. And he went down the Satara Pune road, the highway, to search for an open ground somewhere along the way. And he came to a small village called Urtara, about 13 miles from Satara, on the way to Pune. And at Urtara, he noticed that there was a nice open place and a big bungalow behind. So he went inside and he inquired, and it was the government rest house there of Urtara. In those days, the government had built several rest houses all over the country for their officers to stay overnight on their tours. So this was one of the government rest houses, and it was a nice spacious bungalow there, and a nice open compound around it with good mango trees in the distance. And it was a very beautiful spot. So he liked the place. He inquired from the keeper there and said, can we be here for a day? And that man said, if you get the permission, I have no objection. So Pendu first went and told Baba. So Baba personally went to see the place. And he says, yes, this is the spot I wanted. Good. Now get it all leveled and nicely done, and get the required permission and everything. And he fixed a date for that. I think it was a Sunday or something. And he told Eresh to jot down the names of people who should take part in the match. So several people were called from here, Ahmednagar, from Meherwan, Bombay, Pune, and the names were taken down, and then they were all sent letters personally by Eresh that Baba wants you to come and be with him for for a couple of days and to play a cricket match, and that you should come for the day and play this match. So one of the invitees was me also. Yeah. Another one was Sam's brother. Yeah. Dadi. Then Baba's brothers, Jal, Beram, I think they were called. And I think Ramju from Satara and Padri from Meherwan. Sidhuji, several people were called, yeah. So, Meherji from Pune, Meherji, Nariman from Bombay, Sarosh from Ahmednagar, yeah. So, we all were there, and so Meherji offered to take some of us in his car, and so it was his new Chevrolet car that he had got hold of. So myself, then Dadi, Jalbhai, Meherji himself, and several others in that car, quite packed, and with a lot of baggage also, because Baba required certain things to be brought from Pune. So the car was fully loaded, and off we went. And we reached Satara comfortably. In that car, we hardly noticed, because it was quite a splendid car that he had got, a new Chevrolet. Yeah. So the latest model. It was the only car in India, so he was quite proud of it. And we all came there, and when we went there, we were told that Baba had asked us to spend the night in the rest house in Satara. So we were all housed there, Padri, myself, and all those who had been called from outside. They were comfortably lodged there. And Padri had brought his camera, so he took a shot of us there. And I think you might find that photograph in Lord Mayor, yeah, where we are all sitting there and being photographed. So we all looked quite fresh and eager before the match the next day, and were keenly awaiting to play. Hadn't seen Baba because he was in seclusion, and that would be a chance to see him at that time. So we were there, and in the early morning, Baba sent word that we should come to the Mandali's quarters, which was Rosewood Cottage, and that Baba would accompany us to where we were to play. So we went in the car early in the morning, and Baba was there before us, all ready, and Sarosh and all in their cars, they came. So the whole contingent was assembled there, and then Baba said, "Let's all go." So Meherji tells Baba, "Baba, you take my car, it's nice." So Baba said, "Fine." So he asked Seraj to take the car and drive it. So Seraj got behind the wheel, and Baba was sitting beside him, and off we went. So now we got all shifted to Sarosh's car, because that car went to Baba. And some other cars followed behind. And Erach was there going full speed ahead in the new car. And we had great difficulty keeping up with him. But we noticed that Erach, despite going so fast, and Baba wanted him to go speed up. We want to reach there before the sun rises too high. So he was going full speed. But the slightest object in the distance and Erach would start putting out, waving his hand out to slow down. He was very careful because the Lord was sitting beside him. So with full concentration he was driving, and in no time we reached the place. It was 13 miles on the same road that we came. And we reached the spot. All the cars got into where the place was. It was just off the highway. Yeah. And we got in there at about 7 or 7:30 in the morning, early morning, yeah. And it was the month of June, so sun rises early, being midsummer. So there we were all assembled. Then we got down, parked the cars near the rest house, and Baba came to the field, and we all were there in the group. And then Baba selected the players. Now you go to this side, you go to that side. And first of all he selected two people, and that was Sarosh and Nariman. So they were the captains of the two sides. To see how seriously he had planned the whole game. And that's the first time Baba did do such a thing in his ministry. So we were all assembled there. Then he said, now you both are the captains and you both teams are assembled here. Now I want you all to play this game with all seriousness and with all effort. Don't think this is a picnic. This game that I have asked you to participate in has great spiritual importance. You don't have any awareness of that. So play it with all your heart and soul and try to win. And so he had 10 players on each side. Now in cricket you need 11. So he said, I'll be the 11th player on both sides. Yeah. So that's how the game started. So Baba then asked Nariman or I think Sarosh to toss the coin as they do in cricket. And our captain called it correctly, so we won the toss and we elected to bat first. Nice early morning, no sunshine, nothing. So the game started. Baba then said, come on, let's start. So we were there and they sent, I think, me and Meheru's brother Jangu. He was also one of the players. So we both, being rather young, were sent to bat first. So we started to hammer out, And Baba said, we'll play the game with a tennis ball, not a cricket ball, because I don't want injuries here. So we played tennis ball cricket, yeah. And so the game started, and then they started to bowl, and Jal Bhai was the bowler. So I hit out nice. I got a nice boundary in the 1 or 2 shots. Then Zangu, Meru's brother, he began to score. And then I was rather reckless. So one ball I missed and it hit me on the pad. So Jal Bhai was saying, how's that? He's out. So I began to contest it. The umpire gave me out. So Baba intervened and said, no, give him another chance. So I was asked to play, carry on. So I was quite happy, but I didn't last long. In another ball or 2, I got out. So I remember these things. And then the game proceeded. And we were a younger side compared to the other. And we began to score prolifically, and piled on a good number of runs. And when all our side was out, Baba said, now let's go and have some rest, a little recess. So Baba was keeping wickets, I think, yeah. And when we went out to have rest, we first time noticed how frail Baba had become. With all the intense activity that he was doing, with the mass and the fasting and all that, his body had become frail, and he said that I have a lot of difficulty moving about. You have no idea. He had piles, so he could hardly sit. So how to take rest? So he just sat under the tree and asked Sidhuji to sit in front and put up his legs on Sidhuji's shoulders, so that there would be no pressure on his anus, because they were aching him badly, the piles. And Baba said, despite all this, I am taking part in this game. You have no idea what's going on. Play seriously. And then again, after some rest, the game started. The opposing side was having the batting, and we were doing out in the field, doing the fielding. And somehow their batsmen started getting out very fast. And it seemed that it would be a nice washout now, and that we would win hands down. But then Baba said, now I will bat for them. So he started to bat, and he said that I won't be able to run because of my condition. So he asked our captain permission to use a runner. Yeah. So following all the rules of the game. So of course our captain said, yes, Baba. And then a runner was provided, and Baba began to do the batting. And the way he just hammered our bowling all over the field, we were made to run around, and the sun was at its height, and it was getting hot, and there was no way of stopping his runs. If he hit more on that side, we would all try to be there. He would hit on the other side and make us run all over the ground, until we thought that now we will not be able to do anything to get him out. And then as soon as the 2 scores were the same, Baba said, enough, that's the end of the game. So it was a tie. neither we won nor they won. Baba wanted that. And he made it that he equalized the thing by his solo effort. Yeah. And then, of course, we went and inside, and Baba had asked Nariman to bring some good packed lunch for us. So Baba said, now eat. He had given us a big pile of things to eat, but we were all so exhausted. Still said, take all that and finish it. So we were eating. And then the Baba was with us. He didn't eat anything. And he was just resting. And after the match was over, Baba said, now let's all go back. You all take rest, and in the night we will have a Qawwali program in the evening. And although it was an enjoyable thing, but with all this exhaustion, to now keep awake in the night was going to be an ordeal. Anyway, so we went rested, and in the night, then Baba held this Qawwali program, and after that, Baba said, now you all go back, rest, and tomorrow morning, don't come to see me, go back home. My job is done. So we went back, and next day we went. And while returning, we saw the place where we had played the game. And while we were approaching Pune, it began to rain heavily. The monsoons had begun. So it was just in the nick of time. Otherwise, we would not have been able to play. And this match took place, and a year and a half later, in December 1956, Baba, while he went to Pune to watch a cricket match. He was doing a lot of work in seclusion, continuing to do that. So one day he asked the Mandali that we want to do a special work. I want to do special work tomorrow. So all of you will have to remain on total fast from 12 midnight today to 12 midnight tomorrow. Don't have anything, not even water. So they all said, yes, fine, Baba. And Baba said, I myself will be doing that. And then he said, now what shall we do how to pass the time? So let's go to Pune to watch a cricket match and spend the time that way. It will be easy for us. So they went to Pune, watched the cricket match. Something happened there, and Baba said, let's go back. So while coming back, Baba met with the accident in the same spot where we played the game. So he had selected the spot where this had to occur. So this is one of the incidents how sports had a great relationship in this ministry. Yeah. So exactly opposite where we had played, the accident took place. Yeah. So then we realized that why he was doing all this was for this work, this great work that he had to do. And after the accident, his hip joint got badly damaged. He could not do any further must work or move about. So that's why we realized why Baba was so busy doing all these activities before this incident would occur. Yeah.
How would you describe Baba's batting style? Did he bat in a conventional way or did he bat in a unique way?
I hardly recollect now because we had to just run about so much that he was slogging away everything. Yeah, made us run for our lives. It was called a leather hunt, you know. It's a term in cricket. So he made us do a leather hunt. Yeah. So these incidents of sports shows that Baba gave great importance to it. Yeah. Yes, Baba was batting in great style. Yeah. He was good in all the sports that he did. Every sport he was quite good. Okay.
One thing you mentioned is that before Baba batted, before the game started, he looked very frail and very weak and tired. But when he was batting, was there a different energy that he had?
He didn't have to run. He was just standing there and hitting away effortlessly. Yeah. And another thing is that I sort of went against the decision of the umpire. So I regret that because nowadays a lot of sportsmen don't agree with the umpire's decision or the referee's decision and they protest and there are all sorts of things going on. So probably I must have sown this awful seed. Yeah.
Who was the umpire, Meherwan?
I don't remember now, but yeah, somebody gave me out. All right. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.